In this video today, I'm just making a fabric. Firstly, I need a piece of felt, and this is a piece of netting, and I need some crumbs and very small pieces of scraps like that. And my intention is to use up most of these scraps which most of us will throw away. And I have also this kind of straps that are in strips. I have one whole box of them. They are all narrow strips, and most of the time we find no use for them, but I'm going to use them up to create a textured fabric here. This is a method where I will lay down. Why I use felt is because then when the fabric lies on it, because of the texture of the felt, they won't drop out so much. So here I am actually laying them down and making sure that what is facing up is the right side, so that the color is brighter. So I'm spreading out the small pieces of scraps that we have all over this layer of this piece of felt. So even though there are remnants of thread all around it, it doesn't matter. I just arrange them there to cover up as much as possible the felt. I'm still trying to lay them out and spread out the different color. I try not to put the two same piece together. And then I'm also going to use the strips after I've covered most of the felt. So I'm also going to use these strips to create some different effect, and I want to see actually how it looks like. Taking out more strips and narrow strips, and just wanting to see by arranging these strips on it what kind of effect it will have. Here I have some rosette, and I thought of placing them on top, and I want to see actually what kind of effect it will create. And I'm looking forward. I'm going to cover this with the netting. I want to press it down a bit so to set it in place a bit before bringing it in to the sewing machine to sew. First I have to sew all around the sides so that all these pieces won't drop out. So I have to sew all around. So this is how it looks after I have sewed all around. Next, I'm going to do free motion quilting on it. So I have dropped the feed dog on my sewing machine and put on the darning foot. So I bring the piece and I will start off my free motion sewing. When I start off, I will try to jiggle in the same place a few stitches to lock the stitch on the same spot, roughly about the same spot. I do it a few times. This is to lock my stitches before I start moving, and I'm cutting off the extra thread from the top. And then here I start doing my free motion, really free, just doing some twirls here all around. Here you see that I have already fast forward the video so that it won't be so boring. You notice that I'm going around those rosettes and not sewing over it, whereas all the crumbs and strips I will sew over it. On the rosette, I just sew around them. This is free motion stitching, I am doing all the driving. I push it around. The sewing machine feed dog is not feeding, but I am moving it around. So this is free motion stitching. I'm done, and this is the effect. I thought of another idea whereby instead of using felt, which I used in the earlier method, I am using here fabric. I even use a very remnant fabric here for this other piece, and at the back even have the printing of the branding of the I thought I just want to use it up and not throw it away. So here I'm using two pieces of lace, one blue lace and one plain lace, but has an embroidery effect on it, as you can see. So I'm making two. Because I'm not using felt, so I decided to sew the three sides to make like a pocket, so that I can stuff again once more. I'm using all the small pieces of scraps, crumbs inside to make this textured fabric. I thought I would like to explore this method using lace instead of using netting, because the earlier method I used netting. So here, sewed all the two pieces, I sewed the three sides. And here I'm showing how I'm filling the pocket with all the crumbs. I'm trying to push all the crumbs into the corners to fill up and spread it out so that they don't gather up in one area. Spread out the crumbs in the pocket that I have made, right? So that's what I am doing for both the piece, both the blue lace one as well as the other piece, which is a dusty pink color actually. So filling them up, spreading them up, press them down, and next at the sewing machine here, drop the feed dog and put on my darning foot again to do free motion sewing. Here I'm showing you how I do the free motion sewing on the first piece, which is the blue lace piece. I've decided that in my free motion, because the lace actually has a pattern, so I'm going to follow some parts of the lace in my free motion. Instead of just doing random free motion, I follow the lace because the lace actually looks quite nice. And here I've decided to use white color thread in my free motion stitching so that the thread can be seen. So you have a choice when you do this free motion to follow the lace color or not, and in this case I did not. Still showing you my sewing. And I'm going to sew the pink one off camera. This is already done, showing you the effect of the two pieces. And the pink one, because the pink one has the embroidery in the middle, but the rest of it is actually plain, so I just do random free motion again on it. And I actually like the outcome very much, because it created for me a fabric that is thicker and has texture, definitely unique. Very nice. I like it very much.